Everybody, today I'm doing a review on Maybelline's Color Tattoo Eye Chromes. Now these are Maybelline's newest addition. We've seen pots, we've seen pigments, we've seen crayons, and now we have some liquid to matte goodness for our eyes. It does not stop at the lips, ladies. I have been a big fan of these since they first came out in pot form because for me, I was able to use these cream shadows as a shadow itself, as a base, as a liner. I was able to do everything with them. They didn't crease, they didn't move, they wore all day. I was able to sleep in them, wake up fine. You know, if I took a nap, they were there, they didn't move, they didn't budge. And if I needed an eye base, they worked great. They were one of the first cream shadows that I actually fell in love with. Like, for me, they were a game changer. Now, when they introduced the liquid to matte eye product, now this is something that's not exactly new. We've seen this from Jordana, we've seen this from other brands, so for me this is something that's not entirely new, but however I do like Maybelline's take on it. Now I have done swatches of all of these, and here are some swatches. As you can see, these performed pretty well. They dried really fast. They have the ability where you can just put them on and it's full opacity, or you can blend them out. I was seeing some people on Instagram say that they tried to blend these out and the edges were messed up. The thing with this is try to blend with your hand. If you're using a brush, brushes kind of don't do these justice. I'm not really a fan of using your fingers to apply makeup. I feel like we're going to invest in all these expensive brushes. We should use them, right? However, with these, when you apply them, use your finger to just lightly dab up, and it'll have a more even blending. I feel with these, they're great for all over the lid color. So if you're just using one shade, it's great. Always do your powders first. Of course you can do it any way you want, but me personally, I found that using the powders first worked great. So if I'm going to use these, say for example I'm doing a lid shade, like today I used Barely Beige on my lid, and the only other product I used on my eye was a crease color from Anastasia Beverly Hills. By the way, I did a tutorial on this look, so if you'd like to see it, I will leave a link below, so be sure to check it out. And what I did was I just applied my crease color. That was it, you know, and I did a little under the brow to highlight. But I did my crease color, and then after that was done, I used the wand to apply color right up to my crease, and then I blended it out with my finger just slightly. Also, if you're blending it out, you're going to get more shimmer. If you apply it on its own, it's more of a metallic. To give you an example of this shade is called Gunmetal, and it's one of my favorites. So, here we go. In and of itself, it kind of looks like a metallic black, but when you blend it out, if you can see here, you get a ton of little micro shimmer. You get a ton of micro shimmer, and it's a big difference than just having this jet black shade that looks metallic. It's a big difference. The same applies to the shade Fool's Gold. As you see, this one has like a golden glitter. And when applied just by itself, you can see it slightly, but when you blend it out, it becomes way more apparent, the shimmer. Shades like Beige Luster, which is what I'm wearing today, they're a little bit different. So as you see, this is really, really metallic. And when you shear it out, you get a very subtle shimmery metallic. Whereas straight up, it's just a metallic. So as you can see, there's tiny, tiny shimmer in it. So for me, these blended out really well. So if you're having problems with them, I say try to use your finger and apply your powder first. This way, if there is a little bit of issue with the blending, as you see, I didn't really have one. But if you do have an issue, that'll kind of mask it a little bit because you'll have your edges diffused by your shadow that's already on your lid. Don't put primer on. If you put primer on your eye with this, it kind of gets a little messy, especially silicone-based primer, I found. For me, these don't crease on me. I have had no issues with creasing in any way, whether I shear them out or I have them full opaque. Whether I apply them in my crease or not, no creasing. It's kind of ironic, in the crease but no creasing. If you have oily eyelids and creasing is a problem for you, put your shadow on first, whether it's a shadow that's a crease color to contrast, whether you're doing a smoky eye or another color, whether you're just doing the actual shade of your eye, like the normal skin tone, like a foundation color. If you're doing that, that's fine, you can do that and it'll prevent creasing for you if you have oily eyelids. As for wear time, I got a very long wear out of these. I mean, they didn't come off until I took them off. So I would say 10 to 15 hours, really depends on what you're doing. I mean, I could rub my eye and they're not going anywhere. Nowhere, not coming off. And I think that that's fantastic. So if you're worried about crying or sweating or take her swimming, this is not coming off. Your other products may come off, but this won't. So it's not budging or migrating. So guys, did you pick up the eye chromes from Maybelline? If you did, what were your favorite shades? If you didn't, is this something you guys would be interested in? Please be sure to leave me some comments below. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.